Hello, 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 Virgos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Holy Toledo. We're already at the end of the month. If you're watching this pre the week of the 5th through the 11th, this is March 31st. Wow, we are still in the full moon energy, guys, though. Recording this on March 31st. And so if you watch this prior, go ahead and watch the full moon video, because that has a lot of energies in there for you. It is completely packed video. It's also going to help you through the month of April. So if you haven't seen it already, maybe watch it. And also there's a lot of interaction there. So if you come to any of my videos, they're all interactive and also live, so that you can have the closest energy ever. And also if somebody's going through something, it's important to reach out at that time that energy is happening, to either nip it in the bud or move forward in the process that you really should be moving in. That's why my tarot is a little different, because it's very, very much so divine driven and divine interactive, as well as I do add astrology and numerology to my readings. However, everything I get is the wisdom from divine, the other side, second dimension. And it's to help you grow your life to a better way, or go through your struggles, help you go through your struggles. So let's get started. No announcements that I know of, other than the new video on the moon. And this is for the 5th through the 11th. So Easter's happened. And if you're watching this before Easter, I hope you have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate it. If not, have a wonderful day anyway. All right. So let's get started. These cards are called oracles for those that are new to tarot. Oracles are a different type of card other than the actual tarot cards. It depends on the artist. There's usually 56, I believe, in there, 58, where tarot is in the 76, 78. I can't remember because I've done it so long. So I apologize. Let me turn this down. Definitely. So we are going to pick a card, an oracle for the divine's energies of what he wants you to focus in on, what he wants you to do, and for this week. And then the second card is going to be your energies for the week, the 5th through the 11th. Third card is going to be for your future energies. Usually, if you watch me, I'll say for the weekend to the next week. However, this is for probably the next couple of months. So get ready, guys. What are you getting ready for? We've already talked about, if you've watched my other videos in March, about getting your garden ready. This is the time to plant those seeds in your garden. I hope your garden's ready. And what I mean by that for you personally is that you're getting balanced in your spirit, mind, and body. And that's what that full moon reading is about, guys. Got all three. Wow. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. And that's what that is getting your garden ready to be planted, so that you have healthy soil, healthy thoughts, healthy processing, healthy spirit, healthy body, that kind of a thing. If you're just coming in and you're brand new, it's not too late. You can start right where you're at and keep moving forward. All right. So let's get started. This first energy is the divine's energy. And the divine is talking about protection. Okay, the divine's energy, and when you figure out 38 for numerology, that is also about the number 2. Protection is, again, I just said, we just talked about balance. Not only in astrology, we're talking about the planets in the month of April being balanced. We got to get our balance because it's really sort of off. It's protection for your heart, because if you look at anything on this earth, anything supernaturally, the thing that they go after is the heart. So what is it when something goes wrong? You get hurt. Where does it hurt? In your heart. Where? In your emotions. Your emotions are your spirit. Your emotions are your heart. So anything that the divine is talking about in this future, I'd say April, is that we need to protect our heart. Doesn't mean that you put a flipping wall up and then you leave a wall up and don't let anybody in. No, that means that you put a wall up and you put a door in it, and you're the one that allows people in or out. Whether you pick good people or bad people. I shouldn't say that. Healthy people or unhealthy people. Let's say that. Toxic people or healthy people. Through that door, that's your choice. That's your choice. And that's where sometimes the brokenness and the cracks in the foundation need to be repaired. Current energy for the week, the 5th through the 11th, is movement. Movement. Which way are you moving? The divine is saying, do not go backwards. The past is gone. There's no benefit to go living in the past. You should have learned your lesson from the past. If you haven't, then it's time to move forward and learn your lesson from the past and keep moving forward. We don't move backwards. It's like a car. Car's back window is very small. Car front window is very big because you want to keep moving forward. You can look in the rearview mirror and look through that little window in the back. However, you don't want to stay there. You want to look in the big picture. And that's because it's the number 9. In numerology, it's the number 9. This is your focus, guys. You're either bringing things together in balance and protecting not only your heart, but the circle of friends that you have or family that you have, and how you protect it by the good choices, the good actions, the good decisions that you make. Because when you make a poor decision, you think it only affects you, but it doesn't. It affects the people around you. Okay, so what happens with that energy is that, for example, you go to work and somebody's in a bad mood, and you walk in and you're all happy, and somebody's like, you know, I hate being here. I don't want to be here. Before you know it, the whole room is down the toilet with their attitude and their things, because somebody's energies are bringing that energy in. So really got to be mindful which way we're moving. So I'll tell you right now, past is negative energies, because if you're living there, you cannot move forward. You cannot look through the wind. If you're looking, you might as well just keep driving that car backwards, because that's where you're headed. You know, it doesn't make sense to live in the past. It just doesn't. It hurts. Yes. Move on. You got to move on. You got to keep moving forward. Okay. So, all right. So the third energy out for the future energies for not only, I'm going to say this week, or, excuse me. So some of you guys know I've had knee replacement. I'm on week 3. I'm thinking that the pain should be starting to go away by now, but it's not. So bear with me as I jiggle around in my chair. Third energy is the bard. Okay. This is where your footprint is going to happen. The bard is about music and poetry and mythology and history and storytelling. So it is also the number 7. And 7 is about you. 7 is about you, your ambition, your passions, your desires, things that you have that fire in you that you want to move forward with. Okay. So this all plays into line with balance, okay, guys? Because you are going to leave a footprint. I'm going to leave a footprint. We're all going to leave footprints. What do I mean by that, for those of you that don't understand that? Because I get a lot of people from other countries, so they might not be understanding of that. So a footprint is a legacy you are going to leave behind, how people are going to remember you. How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered? You know, it sounds sort of morbid, but imagine yourself sitting in the audience watching your people talk about you. What do you want them to say? What do you want them to tell? This is the This is the storytelling part. This is what's going to be happening. Now, there's a couple other things. Thank you. There's a couple other things, and I'll show you with that in a minute, because Divine just shared that with me, which is fine. The thing is that we want to protect ourselves, but we also want to grow ourselves and move ourselves into a direction that we can actually be happy with the footprint we're leaving behind. You know, you don't want to be remembered, oh my gosh, she complained all the time. So Divine saying, share the story about my mom. Here's what's really sad. So my mom had 6 kids, 3 kids left, right? her baby, she had 2 girls that died around the age of 1 and 2. Then she had her baby boy at the age of 26 murdered, right? So there's 3 of us left. She has cancer. She passes on. One brother's in Wisconsin. One brother is only 60 miles from me. Not going to go into it, but you know what? He is what he is. But he did come up for her funeral or memorial. And I asked if he wanted to say something, and he said yes. Okay. So you would think that somebody would come up and say, she was a nurse. She was always helping people. She loved to be, a servant as a nurse to the elderly. She was in she was elders in action. She was at the state senate. She was at helping. No. What my brother could remember of my mother was she was stubborn. She had her own ways. She was strong-minded. And the reason why he said that was, here's what he said. This is somebody's footprint, idea of a footprint. What are you going to leave behind? And the thing is that all he could say was, well, she was French. Yeah, okay. And the audience did nothing because they knew the beautiful side of her. And he's like, she was French. And my daughter and I looked at him like, where are you going with that? And that's all he had to say. Because he remembers that French people, in his mind, are all about stubbornness, all about self-centeredness, whatever his broken perspective was. But you don't want to be remembered as, she's just Irish. Well, Irish, yeah, we like our beer. We like our pubs. We like our, is that what you're going to remember somebody by? What do you want to be remembered by? Hi there. Welcome, welcome. Yes, you can. However, if it's not in relation to what we're talking about, I will answer it, but I'll answer it at the very end. So, because we want to keep the reading going for others if it's not something that relates to what we're talking about. All right. So those are the things that the divine is sharing. The other thing that the divine is sharing is that the bard is about poetry and music and myth and storytelling. Somebody out there is extremely creative and you're not using it. Somebody has something deep inside. I've got goosebumps from the tip of my toes and even on my bad leg. Ooh, that feels funny. But to the top of my head, somebody is not using their creativity. This is where you need to begin to move forward in whatever passion or desire you have. There's a calling in you you're not using. And that again is the number 7, potential, your ambition. So the divine is like, I want them to use their calling. I want to use their purpose. Please use your calling, use your purpose. I will show you how to get there. That's the destiny part, guys. That's what divine is saying. You may not know how to get there, but if you say, yes, okay, I'm going to take one step forward, even in the thinking process, okay, I'm going to take one step forward. I'm going to keep moving. However, the thing is with that, don't be afraid. Don't do it in fear because he's going to show you the way to do it. You know why? I've been there. When I didn't want to own a business, I knew my job was ending, but I had the offer to buy the business in 2004. I didn't want to buy a business. I had no money. I had no way. I had no business plan. I was a single broke mom. How am I supposed to buy a business? But he's like, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I'm like, no. But I had a desire because it had to do with my leather work. It had to do with horses. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know how. If I would have lived in that fear and kept saying no, he would have given the opportunity to somebody else. However, I finally caved in and said, fine, but you're going to have to show me the resources. You're going to have to show me where to go, how to get it, how to get the money, how to get the business. Do you know within a week, he had everything coming my way? It was like a firing ram. I had somebody for business plans. I had funding. I had everything. I had the training. I was like, so within the year, I had owned this business. Between 2003 and 2004, I went from not having a clue to the divine putting everything there. And in 2004, on January 1st, I bought the business. Actually, second, because it was first, it was closed. So don't be afraid. Whatever your passion is, whatever your creative is, you're holding yourself back. Okay. First card out is the King of Swords. Absolute truth. King of Swords is only after the absolute truth. What is it that is your absolute truth with the divine? Or are you lying to yourself, or are you lying to everybody else? Are you faking it until you make it? That doesn't work. That's not the way the divine wants you to live. All right. So this is not it. Again, protection. Thank you. So protection is absolute truth. When you hear me talk, for those that are new, you may not have heard me before, but if you have heard me before, you hear me talk about walking in truth, walk in truth, walk in truth, walk in truth. That's going to bring you peace. That's going to bring you joy. That's going to bring you calmness. It's going to bring you the people in your life that are supposed to be there. It's going to get rid of the people that you are not supposed to have in your life. It's going to bring abundance to you. It's going to take away crap from you. It's huge. If you just walk in truth. Yeah, it is going to bring you complete newness. Now, the Fool is all about a new energy coming, because it is a creative energy. Again, we're talking about Bard. So again, whoever's got a creative something going on inside you, unleash it, unleash it, unleash it, unleash it. Because this is a pure energy. This is a new energy. This is something exciting. This is something that you really, really want to get going. This is an ambition. Again, the number 7, your ambition, your potential. And you know what? You can dream. You can dream and dream and dream of something. But until you put movement into it, step-by-step planning, then it's just a pipe dream and it'll never happen. So it is up to you to be able to put the movement into it step by step by step, even if it's baby steps. Just like my business. I had no idea. Took me a year, but the baby steps. And when I started to get the business plan, then Divine's like, okay, here's where you go for funding. And then he'll give you that. And then he'll give you that. And he'll give you that. And he'll give you that. And before you know it, you're already where you wanted to be in the long run. Because it's all about your future. This is somebody's thinking about their future, which is really good. However, you can think about it. That needs to be in the back burner. You have to focus in on the process now, the movement now. You know, this is a time where maybe somebody needs a coach, a mentor, somebody who has had the experience in what you're doing. You know, like if you're looking at art or poetry, you need to look at, wisdom of seasoned poetry writers, poets. You need to look at seasoned artists. You need music. You got to look at what genre of music you want and look at seasoned artists there. Guitar, if you want to learn how to guitar, my gosh. My daughter, she wanted some, nails, because she didn't have nails because she was playing violin and stuff. And Disney doesn't let you have long, pretty nails. It's all basic. And so she went on YouTube and she says, Mom, I probably spent, hypothetically, I spent 5,000 hours in watching all these gel things. And now she put this weekend on. I'm like, did you go to the nail salon or something? She goes, no, I did that myself. Because she took the time to learn. She took the time to see the experts at their trade and do that. Same with leather work. I'm looking for an intern to do a leather trade. To learn the leather trade so that I can pass it on. But this is something that I need to teach somebody so that they can learn the trade and move on. For their future, not for my future. I'd like to retire at some point. But the thing is, this is for somebody else's future. It is passing it on. It's paying it forward, kind of a thing. All right. But this is something you have to do. Somebody wants to go back there, go ahead. Remember, we talked about, moving into the past, watching through that car's rearview mirror. Yes, you've been through storms. Yes, you've got bumps and bruises and cuts and scars and who else knows what. Yes, you've had that. You're not alone. Everybody on this earth has had that. However, it's where you stay with it. Now, for somebody, thank you. So for somebody, they're going to take that hurt, pain, whatever it is, and they're going to turn it around, and it's going to be their testimony, their witness, their story. It's going to be their energy to help somebody else or pay it forward in some way through their process. It's sort of like when somebody's gone through cancer, you want to hear that story from somebody so you know what to expect. Unfortunately, if you, and God forbid anybody get cancer. My mom died of cancer. I don't ever want to watch somebody go through that again. But the thing is that you want to have that experience, that storytelling from somebody that is been there, done that. Okay. And you may be that person for somebody, but you got to move. And here's the thing. Thank you. So Divine is saying, I am protecting your heart so that you can help other hearts. I am taking care of your heart so that you can protect others. But if you're not walking in spirit, you're not going to have that protection. You're gonna think that Earth has got it all, and you're gonna be living for Earth, and what you got for here is here. However, when you pass on, energy's energy. You know, people believe that, oh well, you know, when you pass on, you just pass on. I have evidence personally. There is life beyond here. So whatever it is, I don't know. However, we do go on. We do have memory. There is stuff that goes on beyond. And if you don't want to believe in it, just wait till you get to the other side. All right. So this is a spiritual thing. This is a divine intervention for someone to, it's almost like a wake-up call. It's time to get moving. You've got the Knight of Cups. This is about your heart, your desires, your potential, your ambition. This is the time to get moving. This is where your balance, okay, for the planets and everything, this is where your balance is going to come in, because somebody is off balance. The reason why you're off balance is you're not living your life. You're living your life for somebody else or through somebody else. It's like my mom when I was little. You know, she had me tap in ballet. I hate tap in ballet. But that was her dream, thinking that, oh, my daughter's going to be a famous ballerina, or my, you know, tap or whatever. Back in the day, I won't tell you how old I am, but that's back in the day. However, that is her dream. And I learned, and we butted heads because my dream was not that. My dream was horses. Yeah, I couldn't afford a horse. She couldn't afford a horse until she got married and we moved out to Oregon. And then all of a sudden, we had 5 acres and I had a horse. And then that was my passion. I've been in horses since. Do you understand that God gives you a divine passion for yourself and your own self, your own individualism? And yet whether I have a horse passion, somebody else has a horse, but somebody isn't a leathersmith like I am. Somebody isn't a trainer like somebody else. Whatever this is for you, Virgos, this is time to analyze it, because this is what you're good at. This is where you actually are really, really good at. However, don't live in that past. You know, don't go back there. You know, and if you're still in that healing process, if you are young and you are in that healing process, know that you need to lick your wounds, heal them, figure out how to learn the lesson from them and move on. For you youngsters, you want to be able to do that. And then you go back there and you dig your grave, you put it in there, you put some flowers on it, you stomp it down, put some flowers on it, and you say, you know what? Thank you for that lesson. You served the purpose, so I learned something. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to do that again. Or I've learned, how to get around that or not do that again. And then you say goodbye and move on. You're going to still have that memory, but you're not going to live there anymore. Some of you guys have set up a whole tent, a whole city on the past and just decided, nah, this is fine. Well, if that works for you, but you're losing out on a lot of potential and promise. All right. And this is for your future. This is definitely for your future. And the divine is standing there waiting. It's like, seriously? Gosh, how much more do I have to show them? All right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You're your own enemy. You're your own saboteur. This is again about your future. This is again about your future. Who are you supposed to be sharing your future with, paying it forward with, doing it, helping another person? This is the thing, is it doesn't end with you. Your storytelling never. Who tells a story, writes music, does all the beautiful things, to end with them, to never share it? Yes, you can enjoy it yourself. However, it's not supposed to end with you. All right. And it is, something's missing. Something is throwing things off balance for you. Something's just not there. It's like a missing piece of the puzzle. And you know what the piece of the puzzle is. You just don't want to release it. I don't know who that's for. I'm not sure why he's here. Got the 5, other than instability. Let's see why you're there. Let me get some clarification on that. I want to know why the 5 of Swords just popped in. Because that's arrogance and pride. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Arrogance and pride. So we have the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're not getting your celebration. You're not getting 3 of Pentacles. And then we have Judgment. So Judgment is about somebody is doing things more earthly than more spiritually. And the reason why is we have 2 spiritual cards that trump the Earth card. Actually, we have also the King of Swords straight out that trumps the Earth card. So I would say for whoever this is, now this might not resonate with everybody, but if you're not living in spirit and making your decisions by spirit, that's where you're getting thrown off. You're thinking from earth head first. This has been trained. Your brain has been trained. Your brain has been put in knowledge from anything earth based. If you've gone to school, trained. If you've parents and your great-grandparents, trained. Is it right? Is it truth? Maybe not. But if you go to the divine and ask for the divine to share, that is absolute truth. That is second dimensional. Who can say no to love? Every single person, every single animal, every single anything on this earth craves love. Every single person on this earth craves truth. Who wants to be lied to? Who wants to be cheated? Who wants to be... That is divine. Period. End of story. Love and truth. Absolute truth. Not earth truth. There's a big difference. And somebody doesn't know the difference between earth truth and absolute truth because they don't want to change. That's up to you. All right? That's up to you. All right, so let's see what else we've got going here. So that 5 of Swords, this person is definitely earth and they don't know the truth. It's just that they fight these little peasly little battles that mean nothing. It's like when you say pick your battles. This person doesn't know which battle to pick. They pick the measly, they sweat about the small stuff. When the small stuff doesn't even matter. It's like, you know what? Maybe somebody gets in a car accident. This happened to me. I got in a car accident. We had one car between 2 of us when I had my daughter. And I went to school that night. I was finishing my nutrition degree. I went to school that night. A girl ran a red light in an intersection. And I knew if I hit her straight on, I was going to hurt her really, really bad because I was going to T-bone her, right? So I turned the car a little bit so that I would hit her back door rather than her head on. And we both went spinning. And I ended up in the hospital, but the hospital released me that night. I didn't have any money on me, didn't have wallet, nothing. Totaled the car and got a taxi home and banging on the door so that somebody would open the door. And he opens the door and his first thing was, "Where's the car?" I'm standing there with my arm in a sling. I'm standing there broken and where's the car? Sweating the small stuff. Cars will be replaced. People will not. So are you sweating the small stuff? Who is that? Or do you know somebody who's doing that? Yeah. This is a time for change. They don't want to change. And here's the thing. You cannot make anybody change. Don't try. You can give them offers and suggestions, but don't. Just set the example. Set the example. Tell your story. Be the one to say, hey, it didn't work for me. If it's working for you, like I tell a lot of people, if that's working for you, go right ahead, because I can see the spiral down. Being an empath, I can see the future for that person. However, if you want to do that, but let me share some information and wisdom and knowledge and experience that maybe it'll make your life turn around and go up. Yeah. King of Swords again. All about the truth. All about the truth. All right. This is all about absolute truth. And movement forward for you guys. This is all about movement forward in telling your story. This is about your footprint. This is about protecting your heart. Again, don't put the wall up without a door. You know, make sure there's a door in your wall so you can let people open, or you can open it and close it to people you want to come in, people that you don't want to get. Maybe you want to put the wall up. You're not going to be able, you can go ahead and ask that, because I'm getting ready now, so not a problem. The thing is that you can let people in, but here's the other thing too. You can keep a storm out and stay calm and peaceful with the divine, or you can open that door and the sunshine can come in and you can feel all those rays. But if you put a wall up, nothing can come in. No sunshine, no joy, no happiness. You just stay in frustration because of fear. All right? All right. So while you're getting your question ready, I'm going to do real quick and see what the planets have to say for this future energy and go from there. All right? Because we're already at 30 minutes. All right. And I did ask my other signs, please let me know, please comment or whatever. Let me know how long you like the readings, because I'm noticing Divine's got me going from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And I'm like, gosh, that's awfully long for them. He's like, no, it ain't. But I'm like, you know, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. So tell me what you like. Tell me what you like. Sometimes I can't help it because of the Divine, but let me know what you like. So we have the Mountain, the number 6. We have Ghostlands and good in intentions, but I heard good intentions. So what we want to make sure is any problem, anything that we're going through in the future, again, get balance. You only can get balance through spirit, because this is about your future storytelling. This is about your future creativity. Ghostlands, you got to look at that shadow work. What is it that's holding you back? Are you you're looking at the past too much? Is it looking that you're looking at negative? Are you looking at the things that are spiraling you down rather than bringing you up? Where's your thought process in that? This is all about balance. This is all about desire. This is all about desire versus your integrity, your character, and everything. You want to bring those up. This desire cannot outweigh who you are supernaturally. And your intention, make sure that when you make a promise, this is a future energy for the planets, is that when you make a promise, you stick with it. Do not promise something that you don't want to keep. Do not even open your mouth if you're not intending to do it. This is good intentions are empty intentions. All right. Intentions are meant to be kept or not even said at all. All right. These are the future planet energies. All right. Okay. So, radiantly beautiful. Oh, I like that. I like that. Can you describe my future spouse? Looks, profession-wise. Like, have I talked to him, friends, already? I'm a Libra. You haven't met him yet? I'm thinking that you are actually in your 20s, somewhere in your 20s, and you haven't met him yet. And you know what? I wish I could be psychic. I'm not. I'm clairvoyant, but Divine doesn't give me a picture of who he looks like. However, yeah, 23. However, you haven't met him yet. and I don't think you're going to meet him until you're probably close to 30. I'd say 27, somewhere around there. And you know what? That's a good thing. If you're ready to get married at 23, live life first. Please live life first, because when you get married, then you have to compromise everything. This person, I have no idea his looks or his desire or his even desires, but I do know it's going to come a little later than sooner. Because Divine's saying no. I'm not going to tell you what he's like. I have to listen to the Divine. But I'm going to say that it's going to be around 27, 28, somewhere around there. But I would tell you from experience, when I talked to Divine about, having children, I didn't want children. But I said, you know what, if you are going to have me have children, or if that's your desire and will, then please let me be about 36 years old, 35, 36. Let me live life. And I've gone to countries, I've lived in another country, I've scuba dived, windsurfed, I've bodybuilded, I've written a book, I've done all kinds of things. Live life before you get, and make sure that you are healed. Thank you. Because he's like, heal before you bring somebody in. Because then when you go in, oh my gosh, the love is a million times better. A million times better. Because you're both coming in whole and you're just adding to each other. And then you have a lot more fun, a lot more spontaneity, and all that kind of stuff. All right. All right. So there is that. So not a problem. You can delete it. That's okay. That's not a problem. So for you guys, this has been a good reading. You really think about your footprint, what you want to do with your footprint, what you want to leave, how you want to leave it, but also make sure you're moving towards your footprint, and living in your life as far as movement forward. Don't make it a pipe dream. Don't make a dream a pipe dream. If you got dreams, start planting the seeds and then start moving. Because the next couple of months, there's something coming up for somebody that when they plant this seed and they begin to move, you're going to see some beautiful things come to fruition for your gifts. I really believe that. I'd say 2 to 3 months. Something is really going to happen for you. All right.